With crypto plummeting, interest rates slowly creeping up, and a bounce back in the labor market showing over 500,000 new jobs in the market, this leaves us with the question wondering, what happens to our money? What happens to our investments, our portfolio? Stick with me till the end, and I will go over the two things that will impact your investment strategy and how I'm pivoting to not be a part of the losing train, and how you can pivot and make the most out of your investing portfolio this year. If you're new to the channel, welcome back. I'm Rabalufe. I wholesale and flip hundreds of homes, have rental portfolios, build wholesale companies, and I'm here to help you do the same with less time and less money invested to make more money than you can think of. So one of the mistakes that people are making because of this economy for your investing strategy is not smashing that like button. I mean, for real, guys. Smash that like button for more money and more real estate tips this year. It can't hurt. It can only help. I know it. Before we can get into the factors and strategies, let's first talk about the investing habits that you currently have. Do you have standards? Your investing standards right now. What is your ideal return on investment? Do you want it passive or do you want it active income? So these are things that I have answered, and these are things that you have to answer before you really go into the strategy. So what are the two main impacts that's going to impact your strategy in 2022 for investing in general? Number one is interest rates. So as you can see, there's been a lot of announcements about interest rates going up, interest rates going down. I'm currently actually in the process of financing my personal residence. I'm buying a house for me. So I've been going through this interest rate process for about 2 months now. And from when I started 2 months ago, the interest rates were right around 3%, between 2.8 to 3%. And fast forward 2 months later, beginning of February, it's closer now to 3.5, 3.6%. So it's a 0.3 to 0.5% increase I have noticed personally. But you can do your research and you can see that interest rates are creeping up. If you look at the 10 and 20 year treasury bond, you'll see that that's been going up. And that is the biggest factor that helps you understand where interest rates are going. So if interest rates go up, then investors are a little bit more skeptical to go in the market because it costs more to borrow money, okay? When interest rates are low, it's easier to borrow money. It's cheaper. You get more money quicker. Well, not quicker, but you get more money at a cheaper price. You can invest it. You can buy houses. You can buy cars, you can do all sorts of things and invest in the market. So if interest rates go up, I definitely recommend you keep an eye on that because that will affect your investing strategy. And impact number two is the Fed printing more money, or the next monetary policy for 2022. We don't really know what that is yet. From the last meeting that they had in January, you could see that they wanted to keep interest rates the same. You can see that they really wanted to keep the economy stable. They announced that the labor market has increased. So it seems like they're not really making any major monetary policy changes. They stopped allowing new applicants for SBA loans in end of December. There's no announcement yet of any more free money being given, the $1,200 checks or stimulus packages. There's not really any more stimulus packages in the air. There's less SBA money and EIDL money, or government business lending money. So that means that there's planned to be less printing of money in 2022, which is just something to really keep an eye on. The next Fed meeting is March 15th to March 16th. So I would definitely put that on your calendar so that as that day comes, you could be one of the first ones to read what happens or watch YouTube videos about it so you can know how to adjust. So what is the strategy I'm using to overcome these two factors and this 2022 weird world that we're navigating in through right now? So I broke it down into percentages of how I'm gonna invest my money this year and how I have been already. So if you guys follow this channel, if this is your first time watching, you know that I'm mainly a real estate guy. I have been doing real estate for years, and that's the market and the investing strategy I truly believe in. So 50% of my investing dollars will be going to real estate. In what part of real estate? I'll be buying single family homes to fourplexes with plans to buy one 20 unit building or more this year. So pretty much real estate in general. I really like the duplex to fourplex market this year. It seems like everyone's going after single family homes because that's where the families want to live in, and that's where hedge funds are mainly buying. Hedge funds aren't buying duplex to fourplex as much, and mainly families don't want to buy for their first starter home a duplex to fourplex. So I see that those markets could be really well. That's where I'm focusing on most of my 50% of investable money this year. The goal with that is for passive income. 10% of it is going to go into index funds. So I use an app called Betterment, and it just automatically deposits 10% of my investable money in there. And you could use it. You could go directly to Fidelity or go to different websites or Acorns. I think there's a lot of apps. However, 10% of my investable money is going to index funds. Right now, as we record this, it has crashed or has reduced. The index funds are down about 10%. That doesn't really bother me because I dollar cost average it. Every week I have money being invested. And studies show that over years, it ends up being 8 to 10% of a nice return every year. I actually did the math this morning before this video. And if I put in $1,500 a month for the next 30 years, that'll be worth over $1 million. And it'll be leaving me about $400,000 in passive income of interest only, not touching the principal. So if I do this for 30 years, I'll at least have $400,000 a year that I could play with without ever touching my initial investment. 5% of my investment dollars is gonna go into crypto, and Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and Cardano, those are the only coins that I've invested in, but more heavily on Ethereum. This is not investing advice per se. I'm not the biggest crypto nerd. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do believe that NFTs are gonna skyrocket, and I do believe that the blockchain is gonna stick around forever. Therefore, Ethereum, I think, is the closest marriage to the blockchain and crypto and NFTs. Ethereum kind of needs to be used for all of them. So I believe that Ethereum will be the hottest coin. Who knows when, but I'm just investing about 5% of my net worth in there. Another one is whole life insurance policies. About 10% of my investable income is going there. These are essentially life insurance policies that have a cash value and a death benefit value. What it means is that if you invest money in there, you get a return. You get maybe between a 4 to 7% interest return, right? You get a safe return on like a company that's like 100 years old. But the beautiful thing about the life insurance policies is that I also use it as a savings account that I can pull money out of. So if you have $10,000 in there, typically they allow you to get out $8,000 to use as an investment. And while you're getting out the $8,000, the $10,000 is in there still making you that 7% interest. So the 10,000 is in there, you take 8, but the way they see it is the 10,000 is still in there. You owe them back, you got to pay it back. But you can use this $8,000 to invest in a property, in a car, in a business venture, or in something. So that's where 10% of my money is going. And then the 25% delta is going in cash, really just keeping cash. And I know there's a lot of people say you should have a lot of cash right now, you should this and that. I honestly disagree. I think that you should have a lot of real estate right now, because if crypto goes up or down, real estate's hot. If the index funds or stock market goes up or down, then real estate will get even hotter, because as these markets fluctuate even more, investors that are real investors will get fed up and they'll look to where else can I invest in an asset that doesn't freak me out in the mornings. And real estate has always been that asset. If you buy a house and it's rented, it's not going to make you the 100 bajillion return, and it's not going to make you $20 million with a $500 investment, but it's pretty safe. If you buy 20, 30, 40, 50 houses, in 10 years, you'll be very rich. That is the strategy I'm using for. Again, this is not financial advice. This is a strategy I've used based on my experience in investing and my limited experience in some of these other fields like crypto. And I appreciate you guys watching. Please remember to follow me on Instagram or TikTok @RaulBlufe, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see 3 new videos, tips and tricks every single week to help you get financial freedom in real estate. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.